The new word for Mac users is Centris, the new mid-range product line from Apple. And here to show us two new Centris models are Dave DAETZ again and Dave LIMP of Apple. Dave, let's start with Dave number one over here. We just looked at the two low-end things, the Classic, Color Classic, and the LC3. We're maybe going up $500, $1,000 now. What do I get in the Centris line now I didn't get in the LC line?
All right, the Macintosh Centris line is really targeted to mainstream business users and professionals. They're systems that are fast, flexible, and expandable. And they're bringing also some state-of-the-art microprocessor technology, Motorola 68040, into the mid-range now.
So is this sort of the new Mac 2 line, essentially, the Centris?
In essence, the mid-range of the product line is now the Macintosh Centris line.
Okay, now you've got, your product is the Mac Centris 610.
That's right.
Okay, tell us about the machine and then show it off a bit.
All right, the Macintosh Centris 610 is really a response, again, to customer demand and customer input. A lot of people do like the slimline design of the LC, so we tried to maintain that design language with the Macintosh Centris 610. As you can see, it's low profile. On the other hand, multimedia is now a big thing in the industry, so we're incorporating here in the middle a bay that can accommodate an internal CD-ROM player. In addition to that, it has the 040, as I mentioned. So the performance, if you're familiar with the 2CI, it's about 2 times the performance of the Macintosh 2CI.
All right, well, show off the performance here. Run something that shows me how fast this is.
Well, as you know, a lot of content is becoming digital now, and there's a great application here by all this called Fetch, which allows you to easily catalog and retrieve digital content. So what I have here is little thumbnails of information I have stored, and I can open things up like a sound file just by double-clicking, and I can play the sound. So there's stereo sound out that's built into the Macintosh Centris 610. QuickTime movies are also something that people are really taking advantage of, so we can run a QuickTime movie directly here from all this Fetch. And if I want to look at great images, lots of color, vivid colors, I can pull up an image and take a look at it here. And once it's on the screen, I can cut and paste it and put it into any other application that I want.
Okay, that's the 610. Let's turn to Dave LIMP now and move up the line one more notch to the 650. What's the difference now? What do I get for going to the 650 rather than the 610 Centris, Dave?
The Macintosh Centris 650 is more expandable and higher performance than the 610. It comes standard with 3 32-bit wide NuBus slots, as well as a 68040 microprocessor running at 25 megahertz. That's about a 30% increase over the 610, and if you measure it against the Macintosh 2CI, the 650 can perform up to 3 times as fast as a CI.
Dave DAETZ, let me turn back to you. On the expandability, I mean, Dave says 3 slots here. What do you get on the 610?
Well, the Macintosh Centris 610 is really for people who want a highly responsive computer and don't want to pay for a lot of extra expansion slots. So we've built in support for Apple displays up to 21 inches. We've also built in Ethernet networking, so there is a single expansion slot if people need other things as well.
But for expandability, you're talking 650 stuff.
Right, and the 650 continues to offer those same types of features, so you have Ethernet availability as well as a wide range of monitor support on board.
All right, can we take a look at the 650?
Sure.
And what's it telling me right now?
Well, right now, this might be a problem for some users. The
you
question
never like to see that question mark.
It says it's not finding a bootable device, but if you go ahead and push that in, we'll see an interesting...
So I can just boot from the CD-ROM on this?
Exactly. A lot of users have a problem with the number of disks that we have to ship to boot a modern computer these days. And if you're missing the middle disk in the group of all the disks, the install may not go properly and you can't finish it. So at Apple, we've used their tightly coupled hardware and software to give a bootable CD with all CD-ROM configurations. So all your system software, all your utilities to repair your machine if something has gone wrong, are available right on the CD-ROM. We really envision CDs going very, very far, and we're shipping a huge number of CDs right now, and we think it's going to be the popular media of the 90s.
All right, so what's going on here inside the 650 now?
So what's happened is it's gone out and looked at the CD, it's booted up to the screen, and on the screen we have a simplified user interface called @ease, which Apple provides. And there's icons on every one of these folders here that allow you to either reinstall system software or perhaps fix your disk if something has gone wrong. For those users that are looking for the security of having the floppy disks with them, the second folder offers the ability to make backup copies of all your floppies so you can take them with you.
Pretty good. What are we talking about now in price on the Centris line here, guys, on the 610 level?
Well, the entry-level configuration for the Macintosh Centris 610 has a suggested retail price of $1859. That's for a 4 megabyte 80 configuration. The monitor would be separate.
Right. And the 650?
Yeah, the step up to that would be $26.99 for the Centris 650, which would enable you, obviously, the more expandability, more performance.
And is the Mac 2 line gone now?
Yeah, these are basically coming in at the mid-range, offering additional price performance. In fact, the entry-level 68040 Macintosh used to be a Quadra 700 for over $4,000. Now with the Macintosh Centris 610, we brought it under $2,000.